Hello everyone, today's going to be the wrap-up video for the Call of War campaign with the Karmakut community. We had 100 of you guys hop in on this awesome sponsored server by Call of War, and we were able to play with the entire community in this alternate World War II experience. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and if you're wondering how to play Call of War, just check out the links below in the description or go to callofwar.com to check it out. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the show. Hello everyone, so it is currently the end of the 9th day. It's been a little bit since we have done an update. South China is shrinking. Nationalist China has been absorbed by Korea and myself here. We made a small pact with Sichuan and Burma, but Burma and Sichuan are actually demolishing our friends over here on the west. Burma really tearing up Western China, so we're gonna have to declare war right now and try to push these guys out because they're butchering our ally, and we just cannot allow that to happen. Persia making some moves on the east, but otherwise we got some really big nations here starting to form up, as you can see. There's just been a lot going on here, so we're gonna hop in now and start running some of these guys in here. We're gonna go ahead and declare war on Sichuan. Peace, change it to war. Okay, we can even send Sichuan Unfortunately, we must assist our Western ally, and you have been giving Burma free travel through your country. As a result, you are a hostile nation to our communist cause. Prepare to be invaded. Alright. So, let's go ahead now and we're at war with them. We're gonna start pushing in here now. I'm going to start bombing Xi'an again. I'm gonna get these guys in here, start moving in. We do have quite a few stacks here. This is a 17 stack of infantry and tanks. We're gonna move our artillery pieces along with a couple of infantry up to the border here. Let's see if we have anything else in the making here. We do have a couple production sites up, but nothing is done cycling now. What about over here? What can we build? I think another infantry unit is good, or maybe even another tank unit. I think we do have medium tanks now. Yeah, we just need to get infrastructure up to 2. Unfortunately, we don't have that at this current site. So we'll just have to stick with the light tank 1 for now. Get some more armor, because we did actually bolster our infantry sections. As you can see, we have 7 infantry sections here. We've got 4 infantry sections here. So we have a lot of infantry. We're now just trying to get our armor back up and running because our industry is now good to go. Korea is continuing to send troops over here, and we're going to try to control this area over here. Japan is kind of made peace with us and is content on these islands. Korea pushing northbound as well. Very good here. My only hope is that these guys don't get upset because my entire northern flank is more or less unprotected. So we'll see how this war with Sichuan goes. I'll update you guys as that happens, and try to make good haste and good time to reach our friend over here. But who knows if we'll get there in time. Persia also rushing to assist on the east of their territory, so hopefully we can get over there and stop this Burma invasion. Maybe even push straight through Sichuan to Burma and start causing issues in their territory while their troops are up here. So I'll give you guys an update soon. Hello everyone, so we currently fast forwarded to the 12th day, and our war with the Sichuanese and Burma is actually going pretty poorly. Burma is really coming out here on the west. They've got a lot of units, a lot of light armor, light tanks, as well as some medium tank stuff messing around over here. Korea is trying to assist us, but our western allies have been crushed over here. Persia now moving eastbound to contest Burma on their western flank. We'll see if they can relieve any pressure. But right now, it looks like we are kind of the buffer for Korea. Korea, as you can see, taking over most of South China. They do have some railroad guns as well, so they can really be pushing back this line down here, and they're doing quite well. Actually capturing Hanoi and actually pushing down further into Southeast Asia. Japan, believe it or not, has decided to join our communist coalition. California is actually enormous right now. California has taken over pretty much most of North America, Canada, the western US, and then it looks like they're pushing eastbound and southeastbound into southeast of North America. South America actually looking pretty divided still. Looks like they've held a pretty good truce amongst each other. They've divvied up this land and aren't continuing to push further. We do still have Yugoslavia here, actually containing more and more of Eastern Europe, and we'll see where that goes. I know they've joined the Russians, so they are now part of the USSR coalition, and the USSR coalition as a whole is actually quite strong. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to continue developing. But yeah, we are but a tiny nation. Our army is reduced to just a few units here. We're trying to starburst out here on the south and really try to push and take as much content and as much area as possible, just trying to blitz through Sichuan and capture as much as possible. Korea holding our northern flank right now, but it is looking quite dire. It is looking quite dire indeed. That's got a lot of new Burmese troops coming in from the northwest. Japan is doing their best to control the islands down here in the south. Hopefully they can land some troops and assist our western flank and try to push this back. So it's gonna be pretty rocky over the next couple days. We'll see how it ends up. But it's been a good time. I've had a lot of fun with this game, a lot more than I expected to. And it's been a pretty interesting social experiment to see how everyone's interacted with each other and how alliances have formed, changed. We used to be at war with Japan and now they're allies. It's really cool to see the whole community come together in something so massive as this. So we'll see where it goes. Hopefully we can survive and maybe turn the tide of this war. But it is looking quite grim on the 12th day. All right, until next time. All right, update. It is now day 13. As you can see, it's chaos. It's pure chaos right now. Sichuan and Burma, and then me and Korea, pretty much going on a complete blitz through each other's territory. Is total border war right now. We're both running out of troops, but there's just so much territory that we're literally just kind of throwing in individual units into the back lines of the enemy forces to try to cut off their supplies. And they're doing it with their medium tanks. We're doing it with our with our soldiers and our mechanized units. And it's just it's just pretty chaotic right now in Asia. But I feel like we're gonna come out on top here. Korea's got a lot of troops down here and they're really pushing in. Burma actually getting pushed all the way back west. Sichuan's pretty much run out of troops. I myself am down to only a couple of infantry units after this entirely bloody war. Korea's also moving northbound here. They're actually moving to cut off Korea, which is actually, or not, excuse me, not Korea, but California, which has taken over all of this territory and is moving westbound to try to make a push into Asia. And so Japan has actually joined us now. They're formally within the Communism Coalition. And they are sending whatever, fleets, submarines, and stuff to interrupt California to kind of preserve Asia against this California threat. But yeah, that's pretty much the state of the world right now. California trying to push west, trying to, take over the rest of the U.S. Me, Sichuan, Burma, and Korea getting down scrappy and dirty. It's hectic. It's so hectic right now down here. Persia actually getting a lot of things done over here because they're pulling all of their troops to fight on this eastern front, but our western ally is completely gone. So that is unfortunate. Western China, 07 to chat. You really did a lot to save us, and we will not be forgotten when we, eventually, hopefully, reunite China. So definitely got a lot of border war going on right here, but we'll sort it over the next couple of days. Doesn't look like we're gonna get knocked out yet. We should be okay for the short little while. Getting a couple things produced, and yeah, it's been a fun experience. It's just been really cool to see how different World War II is kind of ending up with all the crazy shenanigans each country has been up to. But that's all I got for today, and we'll check back in with the next update. Hello everyone, so we're currently through day 14 now. We've finally reunited China under the Communist Coalition. Korea really sweeping in here, doing all the hard work as we were eating just most of the fights on the western border here. They kind of swept in along the south of Burma and Southeast Asia and cleared them out. They are now getting pinched, and our Persian and Korean allies are now going to pinch the rest of Burma's troops here in the south. So this is all they got left. Yeah, they're pretty messed up. Meantime, California getting ever bigger. They are actually trying to push westbound now into us, but we do have a ton of naval pressure here from Japan. Japan really leaning into that naval firepower. They're actually trying to actively disrupt any kind of Californian push west over the strait here into Asia. And as you can see, Korea is also repositioning troops up here on the north to kind of cut this beachhead off and starve California off before they can push further westbound. But that's pretty much the state of the world right now. A lot of Asia is getting cut up into a couple of big territories here. Africa and South America actually are pretty broken up still in a lot of wars, a lot of contested stuff down here. But a couple of strong coalitions coming out of South America and Africa, both of, you know, the major areas or countries in here teaming up together. So it's really down to a couple of key players at this point. I would say all of South America is roughly united as one. All of Africa is roughly united as one. We do have Russia and the USSR, which is comprised of most of this section of Europe here, Eastern Europe or West Asia. And then California, of course, making a deal with everyone else on the North America continent and trying to make their push westbound into Asia. So that's pretty much the state of the world. It's breaking down into a couple of really big powers now, and we're pretty much going to be buckling down for the major war that's going to decide, you know, who actually really tips the scale as far as victory points and who actually will come out ahead as far as who leads with the most objectives captured. So until next time, we'll see what happens. Hello everyone, so it is now the 17th day, and just look at this. We've pretty much retaken all of Asia, now with Korea really pumping in the ground forces, but we have a ton of naval and air power now, pushing across the Pacific Ocean. California still trying to make a show force up here on the north, trying to push across. We are holding them with our coalition. Lots of subs, lots of destroyers, lots of convoys, but just look at this fleet. Multiple destroyers, multiple cruisers, some aircraft carriers, a lot of bombers. So much power here in the Pacific Ocean. Pretty much gearing on to take on one of the major powers in the game right now. South America is even getting into it, and we have a lot of cool things happening in our private Discord where they're actually planning a massive invasion next. So hopefully we'll be covering that on the next time we update, but we're just gearing up for the massive next war, as this is going to be pretty bloody with all the nations involved and how big certain powers have gotten. So I'm excited to see what happens when this war cracks off, and I'll keep you guys updated. Hello everyone, so we've skipped forward to day 24, and the world is slowly being devoured by California. North America has completely banded together, and they're starting to push westbound over here. Korea is starting to take losses. We've lost a majority of our naval firepower over here on the east. Japan barely holding on to his surrounding territories with some Californian tactical bombers coming in from the north. We are still just rebuilding. We're mainly focusing on getting a lot of our economy back up, and we're feeding a lot of our allies, mainly because they have a lot of the production up. But California has even landed on the actual peninsula of Korea. We did partner with West Yakutia and with Sweden, but they're on an entirely opposite end of the map. What else has been going on? South America has banded together as well, and they're really fighting over the Central America region. So that's been going on as well. Africa kind of just hanging on, but a lot of content and conflict happening up here in the Northeast. This might be the final days of communism, as California does aim to barrel down on us, but I'll let you know what happens in a couple days. My dear comrades, it is day 24 of our Call of War campaign, and as you can see, Korea's territory all but gone. Californian armored car brigades are barreling down southwest. We are probably going to be the next ones to be devoured by California here. We could not fund our allies enough. The Western Alliance is falling back to regroup over here near Persia, but it looks like Asia will succumb here in the next coming days. I'll keep you updated until our bitter end. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is currently day 25, and it is with a heavy heart that I report that California has completely overrun East Asia. They have pushed down into China. All of my units have been absolutely massacred due to bombers and a whole bunch of armored car units. Japan now as well being invaded. All of the Navy over here on the east completely annihilated. I fear that this is probably going to be the last update for this Call of War campaign. It was an awesome experience, but California absolutely dominating all over the map right now, and they are really making huge plays pretty much across the globe. Even over here in Europe, they've got troops landing on the north side over here as well as on the west. They're really aiming to take as much as they can, and I think they're going to come out of this game with the win. But I had a whole bunch of fun with this Call of War campaign. We had a lot of cool RP moments, a lot of people getting really into the immersion, really typing up in the Herald and everything. It was a great experience. Once again, if you're looking to check out this game, check out the links in the description down below. Call of War is a free to play online MMO grand strategy game. Get in on it, check out those links. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you did enjoy this series.